Yo, welcome back. Zycor here. And today in the archives, we're gonna have the raid of Lao-Shan Lung in Monster Hunter Online. Now, this is basically, it's actually rather different from the Lao-Shan Lung battle in the very first games. As far as I know, in the very first games, I think you basically just attack him from underneath in each area, more so trying to break the parts, and by the time he gets to the fortress, then you're still attacking him underneath, and you can use the Dragonator and stuff like that. In MHO, it mainly focuses on using ballistas. Although in this one, I am battling it underneath because it's something that you could do. So, yeah, this is the first Lao-Shan Lung hunt that I'll be showing. I'll be showing a second one as well because there's a couple of different roles you can have. I mean, you could be in this hunt. So, if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe as well, because that really helps us out and we really appreciate it. So, we'll take a look at it here. Okay, we just loaded in here, and in this one, I'm taking the role of a hunting horn user. Basically, there were a couple of different roles you could have. You could have a ballista. You could be a ballista user, which I'm gathering ballista ammo right now, just in case I decided to use the ballista. And you could also be a hunting horn user, like I am right here. Hunting horn user was an interesting role. And then there was the captain, which basically controlled whether there were where the ballistas were put. So that was pretty interesting. And Trizen was always the captain most of the time. So I have one video that he recorded of that, so I'll be posting that sometime later. But anyway, in this one, basically, the objectives are first, in the lower right corner down there, you'll see a little monster coin icon with a number there. That's the amount of points that the captain has available to spend on putting like ballistas in and doing some other various things. Even using the Dragonator costs those points. So basically the first thing to do when you come in here is to gather items over behind me somewhere. But that's the role of some of the other guys right now. So they're basically gathering points for that. Now me, on the other hand, I am over here with my hunting horn, attempting to defend the barriers that prevent Lao and these mobs from getting through. So my objective was to do this. Basically, I would play songs and stuff to get buffs and everything, and just keep doing it till my alt build. Actually, both my alts build up in the lower left down there. The two alt ones. So then, when I have my alt, I use my alt on the mobs when they're coming through. Like, if there's a large group of them, if I use my alt, it does a large amount of damage in a wide area, so it takes out a lot of them. And that really helps the barriers. And of course, I didn't get to use mine right now because I'm getting beat around. And I was trying to get my one alt up there. There we go. I have two alts. So basically what we're trying to do is prevent these barriers behind me from getting broken before Lao comes. There's several waves of different monsters that come. I think that was just 2 waves of Eo Prey. This is another wave of Eo Prey. But you could have Eo Prey, Velociprey, Gen Prey, and Bullfangos come running through. So I'm not sure if it was random or if it was set. I don't know for sure. But basically, the turret users over there can help with it, because there was one turret that the captain could install that slowed the monsters down. So that could help. There we go. Yeah, see, I used my ult, takes out a bunch of them at once, which is one of the good strategies for it, because it helped prevent Lao from getting further on to be able to damage the fortress. Because if he was able to get to the fortress, of course he'd start damaging the fortress, and you'd eventually lose before you take him out. Now there's Eo Prey and a Eodrome. And I think the Eodrome kind of had the same amount of health as the Eo Prey, or maybe just a little bit more, because they seem to get taken out at about the same amount of HP or so. And yeah, I just wasted my ult there. Yeah, they take a little bit longer than the small ones, but it's not a whole lot longer. So basically, I'm just continuing to use my buffs, basically keeping everyone buffed, and getting my ult up at the same time. There's some Bullfangos and Remobras. And I believe this hunting horn I had small heal, earplugs, of course the self buff, and I think it has defense. There, yeah, I just took out a whole bunch of the Bullfangos. But I only had one ult now. Actually, I don't even have one ult. I had one ult before I used it. But the blue bar down in the middle there is showing the health of the first barrier that we're trying to protect. So it's gotten damaged a little bit. More Bullfangos coming. But yeah, it didn't matter whether I was really helping anyone with the buffs for the ult to charge up. I could even use the self buff to get the ult up there. And it looks like most all of the Bullfangos got taken out before they even got there. I didn't even have to use my ult. If the ballista users were, firing at a good enough rate, they'd be able to take out all of them before they got to the barrier. But it wasn't exactly that easy, so it really helped to have a hunting horn user down here to decrease the amount of mobs. So this kind of continues on for a little while, because yeah, the mobs keep coming. I'm not sure how long exactly it took before Lao showed up. I can't exactly remember. But you know, they just keep sending those waves of monsters to attempt to just destroy the very thing you're trying to protect. I might have used my ult a little too early there. But it looks like they probably didn't get through anyway. One might have got through. Now I think this, yeah, I think this hunting horn had, I think that's small eel right there. And then that's the south buff. The earplug song on this hunting horn was actually rather difficult to use, at least for me, because I believe it took both left and right mouse clicking at the same time, and a lot of times for me, for some reason, it didn't work. And then I wasted my ult again. I got too close. Looks like some of them got through there. And then there's a Kut-Ku that comes in. Yes. Comes flying in, attempting to grief the people gathering the resources for the points. Most of the time we didn't bother with it though, because it could either get itself stuck or we could generally get around it. So Bofangos and a Bulldrome. Yeah, the monsters just keep coming in waves. So this made this Lao fight a lot different than the original Lao in the beginning games. And I don't know why I didn't use my ult there. I should have. That would have been a good time to use it. There was a whole mob of them that came by me. More Bofangos. There's so many Bofangos. Yeah, I think the monsters that it gave were random, because I know sometimes it gave Velociprey, sometimes it gave Genprey, and then Eoprey, Bofangos. So yeah, this has mostly been giving Eoprey and Bofangos. So the mobs must have been random. And then I got hit again. I'm always miscalculating that. Yep, ninja pigs. Hariyako was just talking about ninja pigs over there, because they just come out of the blue and hit you and interrupt your ult. I did forget to mention though some of the people that were in here. These were all guild members. Of course, me and Tryzen. Tryzen is on his female character, Tasha. Ananadort, I don't fully remember him. But Hakomer, I do kind of remember him. He was in the guild for quite a while. Sheena R, I don't quite remember him. Yeah, I could have had a whole bunch of them out there if I wouldn't have been hit by the Bofangos. Those Bofangos are irritating. They almost have the barrier broken. And anyway, also Hariyaka is in here, of course. And S2 Stifle S2, I'm not sure who he was exactly. And then Jaime Lannister, I actually kind of remember that guy. So all some pretty good guildsmen. We did go through an awful lot of guildsmen in the time that we were playing. There. I should have got some of them at least. Gotta make sure I don't go into a place where I'm right in front of one. And then Remobras were in here. They were kind of irritating. Sometimes the Remobra would get stuck in a dive bomb over on the edges, so it was kind of funny sometimes. More waves of Bullfangos. It's like it's just griefing us with Bullfangos. Well, at least we've got a whole bunch of them there. Of course, the Bullfangos. And of course, it looks like Huddy wanted hearing up. So I was able to give it to him. I should say hearing resistance. Yeah, that is one of the good, one of the roles of a hunting horn user, is to buff everyone. And now Lao is finally here. And as you can see Tasha up there, or Tryzen on his female character up there in the top. That was one of the features that a commander had access to. You'll be able to see that in his video that I upload at a later date. So here I'm going in to try to attack Lao's head and anything else. Trying to just do as much damage as I can while keeping up the buffs. Now this seems like the traditional Lao battle. But actually, when we were doing these Lao battles, most of the time we would actually just do the just battle it with the ballistas along the side and let it just walk along. Nobody was really under it because he has a stomp attack that I think he's used in previous games before. But his stomp attack in here at least does massive damage, and I think it can one-shot you. So yeah, it was not something you wanted to get hit by. You had to make sure that you were out of the way. Also, his tail could hit you as well. So if you were on the ballistas along the side, I had gotten hit by his tail before as well in some other matches. And here, there. Oh, yep, he got me. Yeah, that was the the stomp. He one-shotted me. And not just me, everybody that was there. So that was one reason that you didn't want to battle him underneath. But you had to be very careful. Apparently, I wasn't careful enough. But as far as I know, you did get like, what is it? I think you got like 12 deaths in here or something, or at least 8. I can't fully remember. So you had a lot of leeway, and in this Lao hunt, you actually didn't die that much because mostly if you were battling him with the ballistas, you really didn't get damaged by anything. If you you know, got hit by his tail or something, you did get damaged, but that didn't happen all that often if you were actually paying attention. So I'm just trying to... We're all just trying to do a lot of damage to him. Actually, I think we're doing pretty good damage to him underneath. And frankly, for this this hunt here, I think I was still fairly new at using hunting horn on Lao. because before that, before this at least, I had been using mostly just my greatsword to, I mean, I wasn't even using my greatsword, I was just manning the ballistas and stuff. But I thought, you know, I am a hunting horn user somewhat, and I can't say that I'm, you know, the best at hunting horn, but I think I'm okay at it. I can manage. And yeah, I wanted to try it out. And you know, changing things sometimes is, you know, a lot more fun. And I think at this time as well, there was a bug with the Encore where it would get you stuck. So sometimes I would get stuck doing an Encore, and I'd have to get unstuck. And it looks like he's... is he almost to the first barrier? It looks like he is. Yeah, I think he is. I'm doing a good 1400 damage with just regular swipes though. Not bad actually. 1700. That was a crit though, but... Another bonus of the hunting horn though in here is if you used your ult, you could knock him down. So that was a nice feature. It actually it worked that way on a lot of monsters. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is the Lao hunting horn. You can see Jamie has one there as well, because I think the Lao hunting horn was actually the best for battling Lao. Since Lao in here, I think, pretty much has the same type of weaknesses as in older games. I mean, of course he's an Elder Dragon, just like, you know, it wouldn't be Lao if he wasn't an Elder Dragon. But I think he's weak to Dragon, and, you know, I think his normal breaks are, you can break his head, or I should say his horn, and I think you can break his back. I don't think there was anything else that you could break though. I think it was just his head and his back. And yeah, it's kind of funny that there's a bow user underneath here with us. That S2 guy is a bow user. That's kind of funny that a bow user is just under here. Easy pickings for them, actually, in a sense. I have two of my ults. I haven't used one yet, but I noticed Jamie had just used his, so. Of course, having two hunting horn users in this was actually fairly useful. I don't know why I was the only one defending the barrier. I don't know why I'm in the wall here. Oh, I went over to sharpen. Yeah, I guess Jamie must have been on the ballistas. But it looks like now he's getting up to the fortress itself. So I thought there were two barriers. Must have just been one. Oh, there, I used my ult. That does about 3k damage. That's actually not bad. That did 7k. Hey, that's pretty good. So being underneath him though was kind of fun in comparison to just firing the ballistas, because yeah, firing the ballistas could get kind of boring. And now, yeah, Lao got up. He's gonna try to do good damage to the fortress. A good amount of damage. Yeah, he hit me with his tail there. You had to be careful for his tail there, because his tail could do a pretty good amount of damage to you. Didn't one-shot you like a stomp. Oh, there, we used the Dragonator, and that did it. That's all it took, was just the Dragonator. So we completed it. And yeah, Lao always fell into the wall. So it's like you couldn't see anything else. So I think, what was it? I think it was like 5 carves? Something like that. 4 or 5. But yeah, Lao was a very welcome addition to Monster Hunter Online. I did like it when they put him in. I thought the method to battle him was rather unique. In comparison, at least, to some of the other games battles with him. Well, at least we got our gold. And we did break the horn. Did pretty good. But yeah, hopefully they'll have Lao in some other future games, because it'd be nice to see him again sometime. But that's it for this video. So, if you like this video, hit that like button. We really appreciate it, and it really helps us out a lot. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell icon, leave a comment, and of course share it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.